Okay, so Sweet Sue we're learning here. The first piece of advice I have for approaching swing music is when you're learning a melody for the first time, don't learn it from your instrument, learn it from the singer. So listen to how many more notes are in the instrumental version of this tune, even when it's the intro, which is quoting the melody, versus the actual singing part. You can hear, even in the melody quote, there's lots of improvisations. So what's the melody? It's very difficult to determine. When we're learning swing music, base it off of this.
Knows the one I love, it's true, Sweet Sue. And the moon up high knows the reason why, it's true, just you. No one else, it seems.
So you'll notice this next section we're hearing now is different from the first two sections that we heard. Jazz and swing tunes follow the format AABA, and that's just a way we label each section. Like a fiddle tune is AABB. These swing and jazz tunes are AABA, meaning that the A parts can repeat 3 times, not just 2 times. We've heard it twice already, now we're hearing the B part.
Ever shares my dreams. Without you, dear, I don't know what I'd do. In this heart of mine, you live all the time, Sweet Sue, just you.
All right, and that is the vocal melody, which we're going to dig in. The next tip I'm going to give you after you're hearing a song for the first time is that in a swing and a jazz tune, there's a lot more chords. The chords are thicker and richer. It can be a lot harder to figure out what key you're in. Sometimes it takes till the very end of the song to know what key you're in. And it's you've heard me say this in the context of bluegrass and fiddle tunes and things like that, that it's not the first note, it's not even the first beat that defines the key of the song. It's actually the last note. So we were listening to the last note of the song. Sometimes in this, usually it's the last note of every section. In this particular song, there's actually notes that are not in the key at the end of phrases, and they're like colorful notes. But so when in doubt, you go to the last note of the song. So you want to hum or sing the last note and then find it on your instrument.
All the time, Sweet Sue, just you.
Just you. Find that note on your instrument. So you sing it and you just play random notes. There it is, right? Now I did some complete guessing. Of course, if you wanted to do that more efficiently, you would play a note and figure out if the note that you're singing is higher or lower, and use that as information on which direction to go. I know it's higher. Right? So I found out that this song is in the key of G. So one way that you can help yourself find the melody is playing the home pentatonic scale along with the song. So if I go back to that melody section, I can play the G pentatonic scale along with the melody. See if that helps, or just do that with me. So like this.
Knows the one I love, it's true, Sweet Sue.
So there's 2 octaves. Right, so that kind of primes your fingers. You found the key. You know the pentatonic scale is usually 90% of what melodies are made up of, so you're kind of priming your fingers to find the melody. And then the last thing I do is just learn one section at a time. Don't feel like you have to learn the whole song. So what I like to do is I loop sections, and I either sing it first, or I listen to it several times and try to play along with it. So you'll see, you've seen me use this many times. I'm going to loop the first part of the song. I also recommend slowing the song down either through YouTube or this little app here to help you hear the notes better.
Every star above one I love. It's true, sweet Sue.
Right? So there's a section that we can loop and just work on that. One thing is just singing it would be the good start. Da, 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 even if you don't get the words. Da, 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 da. So singing along with it. Da, 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 da. Singing it will help us get the feel of the music. Da, da. So see if you can find those notes. Starts on a D. A lot of open strings. So there's actually only one note that we have, one finger we have to play this melody. Dun, dun, dun. Time, try that on your own, just that much.
Every star above knows the one I love. It's true.
So, let's pause there for a second. Knowing that the A section is the same every time. Once we've learned the A part, we've learned 75% of the song. So we actually know 75% of the song. Now, what the singer does in this particular recording is a little bit different each time. It's little variations on that A part. So when you're improvising or playing this on the, you want to keep that as the core melody and then maybe vary it just a little bit. So we can listen to what the variations sound like here. Let's just see how the second part sounds. So this is the first section.
It's true, sweet Sue.
Second section goes like this.
And the moon up high knows the reason why. It's true, just you.
So it's only different by like one note. This goes back to there. So I could loop just that, or just those two sections. Play just the A part. Time on that.
Every star above knows the one I love. It's true, sweet Sue. And the moon up high knows the reason why. It's true, just you.
So there's our A part, which you could play the same every time if you wanted. Or you can pick up on some of the little subtle variations. If you're following the melody, it's subtle enough that you might be able to pick some of those up. But don't let variations in the melody distract you from the fact that the A part should be the same every time. So learn one of the three A's, and you can pretty much play like the easiest version of the A. If you're struggling with this music, just play the easiest version of whatever A part you hear, and it'll work over all the A sections because it should have the same chords. For the most part, this isn't a blanket rule. Sometimes like the end of one A section is different than the end of a second A section, but this is just a good starting thought. All right, so let's look at the B part now.
Every star above knows you, and the moon up high.
So I'm going to loop just the B part so we can hear it.
It's true, just you. No one else, it seems, ever shares my dreams. Without you, dear, I don't know what I'd do.
That's the B part right there.
In this heart of mine, no one else.
So let's just listen to that a couple times. You can find the notes if you want, but I recommend making sure you can sing it.
Without you, dear, I don't know what I'd do. In this heart,
Maybe draw the contour.
no one else it seems ever shares my dreams. Without you, dear, I don't know what I'd do.
A couple more times listening.
In this heart, no one else it seems ever shares my dreams. Without you, dear, I don't know what I'd do.
So it starts on a B note. See if you can play
In this
along.
heart of no one else it seems
So it leaves the pentatonic scale a little bit here.
my dreams.
C note.
Without you, dear, I don't know what I'd do.
So we add a C note.
In this
That's
heart
not
of
normally in the pentatonic scale, but it's
no
in the G
one
scale.
else it seems ever shares my dreams. Without you, dear, I don't know what I'd do. In this heart of
One more time.
no one else it seems ever shares my dreams. Without you, dear, I don't know what I'd do.
Well, one more time without me demonstrating. Play along.
No one else it seems ever shares my dreams. Without you, dear, I don't know what I'd do.
Here, let's finish with the A part.
In this heart of mine, you live all the time, sweet Sue. Just
So that last A is a good example of maybe one of the A parts being slightly different. He did stay the same for the first phrase, ba da 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 da, and then he did a variation on ba da 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 by going da 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 da, which is a kind of nice little variation, serves the same purpose. And then instead of Sweet Sue, which is kind of like a suspended idea, it's not really a resolved idea, he goes Sweet Sue, just you. So it ends on the G note. And that's the note we played to discover what key this song is in. So that's the tune, AABA. Let's play along with the whole song now, see if we can follow the vocal melody. Here we go.
every star above knows the one I love. It's true, sweet Sue. And the moon upon knows the reason why. It's true, just you.
Here's the B part.
No one else it seems ever shares my dreams. Without you, dear, I don't know what I'd do.
Back to the A part.
In this heart of mine, you live all the time.
And Sweet Sue.
Sweet Sue, just me.
Awesome. So, next step. After we learn the melody along with the singer, we can test ourselves by playing the melody either along with a solo or with the backing track. We're going to move to the backing track now because I want you to see this in a moment. But right now, let's just try playing the melody behind a backing track. So this is not going to have the melody. It's like a good test to see how well we know it. Let's try it. 2. Here we go. So this kind of tests our ability to hear how long the spaces are. Next part. You try on your own from the beginning. Here's the beginning. Dun, dun, da, da, da. time. Here's the beginning. Dun, dun, da, da, dun. Dun, dun, da, da, dun. Da, dun. Da, da. Dun, dun, da, da, dun. Dun, dun, da, da, dun. Nice. Next step in terms of using the melody to encourage improvisation is a little skill I learned from some jazz musicians at a retreat here. It's singing the melody, but later than you would have played it as the way that we learned it from the melody. Just playing the same notes or maybe slight variations on the rhythm, but doing everything later than you'd expect it. So I'll demonstrate that. You can do this with your voice or your instrument. I'll demonstrate it with my voice here. Da da da, da da da, ba dum, bum ba, dum da da, da 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 da, ba da, ba da da, da da da. Da 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 bum ba da ba da 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 ba da. You try that either with your instrument or with your voice. Bum ba da. One more time trying that on your own. Awesome. So that's a strategy of using the melody to help us get more ideas for maybe improvising or changing the melody, but it also kind of helps us develop a musical language by singing the notes in spots that they weren't originally before. And because they're later, it requires us to really key in and listen to the track. So that's a really great thing to practice, and also a kind of improvisatory tactic. The last thing I want to talk about is just playing unrelated to the melody. So just in the same way that you might warm up on like a G Western swingy blues, we can use that home pentatonic scale for most of the chords. And in fact, let's try one round of that where you just echo me. I'm just going to use the G pentatonic scale. Echo me, G pentatonic. Dun, da, da. Ba, ba, da, da, ba. Beep, ba, do, da. expand on this a little bit more. I'm going to play for 2 measures, and I want you to play 2 measures back. It doesn't have to be the same thing. In fact, you should try to do something different than what I'm doing. It's about phrasing. You play 2 measures back. You play 2 measures. I play 2 measures. You play measures. You play 2 measures. I play 2 measures. You play 2 measures. A little longer. You play 2 measures. I believe I was doing 1 measures before. I want us to do 2. You play 2 measures. I'll play 2 measures. Your turn. Let's finish with the melody. If you want to fill in the spaces, that's one thing that you can do when you're playing the melody. Cool. All right. Great work, everybody, on that new tune. The name of that one is Sweet Sue. And you can listen to that over and over again and learn the melody and work on some improvisatory ideas, starting ideas. Of course, after a while we want to kind of be, getting some new sounds that aren't just pentatonic in our ear, but it's a great starting point, and it's one that you should know is an okay starting point if you're new to swing music. Don't let, not knowing the chords bar you out of kind of trying out this music. It's really fun.